dear viewers, hearty welcome to this session on role of community in school development and schooling process. This is a part of course BESC 131 Education, Concept, Nature and Perspectives. In this session, I will be highlighting the concept and composition of community, need for community role in school development and schooling process, scope of statutory mandate for community involvement in school development and schooling process, structure, functions and responsibility of school management committee, roles of community in school development and schooling process, components of school development plan and utility of school development plan in monitoring and managing school functions. Learning objectives. By the end of this session, you will be able to explain the concept and composition of a community, explain the need for community role in school development and schooling process, discuss the scope of statutory mandate for community involvement in school development and school process, analyze the roles of community in school development and schooling, describe the structure or composition of school management committee, explain the functions and responsibilities of school management committee, describe the components of school development plan and apply school development plan in monitoring and managing school functions. Now, let us look at the concept of a community. Community includes all people who live in a particular place or geographical area, etc., when they all are considered as a group living in that area. The composition of community includes different categories such as family, which includes parents and children and also grandparents and grandchildren, neighborhood, educationists, religious groups, business entities, social workers, civic societies, local governments, non-governmental organizations and others. What is the need for community role in school development and schooling process? School is a social invention or a social institution. It has been invented by the society and community is a part of the society. Therefore, community is cast with a responsibility to involve itself in school development. Community has a formal and informal powers to influence the school. So, they have to do something for the school development and also academic achievement of their students. Community promotes partnerships with school and society for sharing and maximizing resources. Community is in a better position to promote the health, well-being and learning of all the students, and the community can engage community resources for the betterment of the school, and they can respond effectively to the needs of school and the students. Another important thing is communal harmony of a diverse culture through schooling, in which community involvement brings a positive social change. Inclusion of the excluded from among the weaker sections and the disadvantaged groups of a community is another important aspect where community involvement is required or community role is required, and smooth and proper functioning of school is not possible without community involvement. Our policy makers and educationists or educators brought reforms in school education by bringing school and community together under the special laws and provisions. Even prior to the special laws, there has been community involvement in a formal and informal way, but not in a mandated manner. Statutory mandate is there now for a community role, and it has become a mandate as per the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2019, which envisages very clearly the immense importance of a community in overall school development and schooling process. The RTE Act 2019 was passed in August 2009, and it was done as the follow-up legislation of the 86th Amendment, that is Constitutional Amendment done in 2002. So, the Act came into implementation on 1st April 2010. Since then, the mandatory role for community has become effective as far as the schools are concerned, and formation of school management committee for every school is one such mandate as per this act, that is provided under section 21, and important functions are also assigned under this section to the SMC, that is School Management Committee. And one of the important functions of the SMC is to prepare a school development plan, which is cast under section 32 as a responsibility of the SMC, which includes the community as its members. Prominent place is given to the community in the School Management Committee. So, this act, that is RTE Act 2009, attempts to bring school and community together. So, the idea about the school and community collaboration has been outlined and enforced under the sections 21 and 22 of this act, that is RTE Act, and it provides for meaningful participation of all types of stakeholders in a school management committee, which may be differently called in different states, sometimes Mahila Mitra, parent teacher associations, and village committees as a part of Panchayat Raj institutions, etc. So, names of the committees may be different in different states, and there are rules and guidelines formulated by the central government for implementation of this act, and also to help the states in implementing the act. So, because of these rules and guidelines, now it has become legally bounding matter for the states, and the provisions apply uniformly to all Indian states. The School Management Committee composition has been specified under section 21 of the Act. As per this section, the School Management Committee shall constitute the elected representatives of the local community, because all members of the committee will be the elected representatives only, and the elected representatives of the local authority, parents, the guardians of children admitted in those schools, and the teachers of the concerned school will be there. So, only parents who are of the children who are admitted in the school will be the elected representatives, not from teachers from some other, or parents of children studying in some other school. So, each school shall have a school management committee, provided that at least 3/4 of members of such a committee shall be parents or the guardians. This is the significance given, that is 3/4 means 75% of the members shall be only the parents of the students, provided further that proportionate representation shall be given to the parents or the guardians of the children belonging to disadvantaged group and weaker sections. Means if more disadvantaged sections are there, that is children representing these sections, accordingly parents representation will be there in the School Management Committee. Provided also that 50% of members of such a committee shall be women, means there will not be any gender bias, 50% men and 50% women will be representing the committee. To put it in a nutshell, the School Management Committee includes parents, teachers, local authority and representatives of civil society, all as community members, and this committee utilizes the wider local community and bring them together for the holistic betterment of their local school. What are the functions of school management committee as per this act? So, the same section 21 has also provided for functions for this committee. So, according to this act, the SMC monitors the working of the school, prepares and recommend a school development plan, monitor the utilization of the grants received from the appropriate government or local authority or any other source, and perform such other functions as may be prescribed. School management committee functions have not been specified in exhaustive manner in the act. So, this can be prescribed by the schools or the governments. So, generally the school management committee functions include the following: it is to participate in managing the school for its development, to monitor financial, academic and co-curricular activities in the school, to ensure accountability and transparency in the system through social audit, to keep proper accounts of available funds along with allocation, distribution and utilization with the Gram Sabha, to generate and maintain educational database, to support and monitor academic progress of the children, to coordinate between schools and society with available community resources, to help in preparing, supervising and implementing a school development plan. So, school management committee has overall responsibility, because from those functions which have been stated earlier, we can come out with the overall responsibility of the SMC. So, this overall responsibility includes preparation of school development plans at least 3 months before the end of the financial year, monitoring the utilization of government grants and funds, monitoring whole school functioning, environment and resources, and identifying and reviewing the strengths and weaknesses of a school. The SMC, that is School Management Committee, also has certain specific responsibilities. These include quantifying the classrooms, toilets, school boundary, furniture, first aid, drinking water, garden, teaching and learning materials, school uniforms, textbooks, library books, aid and appliances for differently abled children, midday meal requirements, etc. Getting an idea about the training programs related to students and teachers for their further development, community mobilization for enrolling never enrolled students, dropouts, and ensuring learning level of the students, etc. Monitoring preparation, finalization and review of school development plan, prioritizing action and implementation of the school development plan, and in addition to this, committee SMC acts as a first point of contact for any kind of grievances that may emerge at the local level. The main components of school development plan, because SMC has to prepare school development plan. What actually will go into this school development plan? What are the main components? The main components are estimation of class wise enrollments for each year. As per the estimated enrollment of students, estimate required number of additional teachers, subject and grade wise, including part time teachers, estimation of additional infrastructure and equipments required, estimate additional financial requirements and additional support and teaching required for students and teachers, and SDP prepared should be signed by chairperson and vice chairperson. See, when school enrollment goes up, naturally it will lead to estimation of so many other things as far as the school is concerned. It is in terms of infrastructure, students, finances, resources and training of the teachers and enabling the students in different ways. All these are involved in this school development plan, and all have to be taken care of by the school, SMC while preparing this SDP. SDP is useful for monitoring and managing the school functions. So, this school, for example, should be established within the reach of the students, that is 1 kilometer radius for primary school and 3 kilometer radius for secondary school. It should ensure that all children of 6 to 14 age in the community come to school, and it helps in ensuring that the school has enough and appropriate infrastructure consisting of classrooms, separate toilets for girls, midday meal preparation room, etc. Helps in ensuring the ratio of teacher and students, that is 1:30 and 1:35 at the lower and upper primary classes respectively. School development plan helps in monitoring the training given to the teachers regularly, so that their capacity building can be done. The committee SMC may raise fund for school functions and also check the budgets as per the SDP, and school management committee supervises the functioning as a pressure group in monitoring and managing the school functions. The SMC acts as a resourceful entity, and that is a bridge between all stakeholders and the school components. The committee can also deal with dropouts cases because they are better aware of the reasons and the location of the dropouts, and it helps the school in providing local solutions to locally arising problems. So, that is the reason why the community has roles to play in school development, and these roles are different as far as the community involvement in the school development is concerned, and these roles are many. Community can act as a owner. In this case, it can have the sense or spirit of common ownership of the school. They should not think that school is different from them. It is some others. No, it is the property of the entire community. So, they all own it. Next is community as a collective of stakeholders come managers, because it belongs to all of them. All of them have a stake in the school, and they all should be involved in managing the school. And community as a resource, it can play a role, and this resource is in itself and also by itself is a resource. Community as a mobilizer of resources, that is including raising of funds for any specific purpose or activity of the school. Community as an observer is another role, and it observes the classroom and gives feedback along with some positive objections. Community as a pressure group is another role, and some positive plans can be applied and some negative practices can be omitted as per the community's involvement. Community can also act as a monitoring body, because monitoring, administering and managing the schooling processes and resources, including the finances, is to be done by the SMC, and SMC includes the community. So, community as an assessor or evaluator has a different role, and it will help in improving the quality of education. If as per the assessment or the evaluation, if quality of the schooling is bad, naturally steps can be taken to improve the quality. Community as a part of the school family. See, community should not feel it different from the school, because they are part and parcel of the school itself, because their children are part of the school. Naturally, when their children are there and they are the guardians or the parents, they have stake in them, and that's how they should treat themselves as the part of the school, and they should play the role of watchdog and the facilitator, like monitoring midday meal preparation, school maintenance, providing skill instruction to children, and also local culture information, etc., can be given to the students. There are other roles also that the community can play, and community as a handler of dropout is an important role. When the school cannot handle dropout cases, the contribution of a community can be seen explicitly in this case. So, community can act as a bridge between districts, blocks, villages and schools, and for taking better decisions, such a bridging will be essential. Community can also act as a collaborator. They can collaborate their ideas and efforts with SMC vision, and this shared vision helps the schools run effectively to a large extent. Community can also act as a partner and a collaborator with the teachers and the school staff, and for that it requires to have long term vision, strategic plan and creative leadership, and new multifaceted roles for experts and professionals who work in schools and communities for the development. So, what are the crucial effects of the community role in school development and schooling process? Because community has been having so many roles, ultimately what effects it can show. So, it can bring in changes in existing policies, if at all policies are not facilitative, and it can result in capacity building of the schools, and when there is a capacity building at the school level, naturally it will lead to better quality of education by bringing in reforms in the processes. And this can be done by having effective linkages and the networking at different levels with different agencies, groups, individuals, etc., and that can be done by the school only, and that will be the effect of the community role. And all these have to be done in an accountable manner, and also with transparency. Both accountability and transparency will contribute a lot for qualitative improvement in the functioning of the school. So, towards the end, I like to conclude that the school management committees in schools are integrated with the community, and the community also is integrated with the schools, and this is how the community can play a role, and this encourages the mutual commitment for development of a school and also schooling process. There can be special committees, of course, for special purposes. Though Act has mandated for SMC, there can be other committees if at all there are special purposes that can be taken care of, and SMC members are often not aware of the constitution and their roles also. This is one of the major hardship or the drawback as far as the community participation as per the Act, that is mandated role of the community cannot be performed or fulfilled by the SMC members effectively unless and until they are fully aware of the statutory provisions. Then only they will be in a position to perform their roles or the duties effectively to work in the SMC, that is School Management Committee. They need to be oriented properly about the provisions and their duties, and in this case the responsibility of orienting the SMC members, making them aware of many matters rests with the school teachers and also with the community members as well. Whosoever is aware of certain things, and they should pass on the information or educate the other members of the SMC or the community for that matter. So that is how the provisions and the duties cast by the Act can be effectively implemented by the community. Members of the SMC are required to be made aware of even the physical parameters related to developing infrastructure, fund allocation, attendance of teachers and students, midday meal preparations, etc., including the concept behind such provisions. Why midday meal thing has been provided in the school? Unless and until they understand the concept behind such a provision, they will not be in a better position to implement this thing in a better manner at the school level. So, schools and both the block and cluster resource centers can also play their role to empower the members to act effectively in the SMC. It is not that only schools will be doing it, even the block and cluster resource centers also are better placed to perform this orientation role or creating awareness among the SMC members, so that the community can effectively perform its role towards the school development and also in improving the schooling processes. Thank you very much for your patience in viewing this video.